Can presence of mind help supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom for today for supersize your business is presence of mind. Now, I looked up what it means. I didn't look up the history or the etymology of it, where it came from, but I think we've talked about it and related topics quite a bit over the years. And it, of course, means the ability to think clearly and act quickly, especially in an emergency, right? We've all gotten a lot of practice with that since COVID-19 hit. Listen to me choked up already and all the changes and all the hoops we had to jump through in order to keep our businesses successful throughout that time period, or deal with the unusual challenges and things that came up during this time. And with, there's always things that come up in our business, but sometimes things feel more challenging and cumbersome and more like roadblocks and obstacles and things preventing us from creating what we want than other times, right? We can blame a lot of things, but really if we're blaming something, we're not solving the problem. And we like to be solution focused because we know that the only way to move our business ahead is by focusing on what we can do, not on what we can't do. So today I thought I would share 10 different ways you can be more present, have more presence and be more focused and concentrated on what it is that you're trying to achieve and do with your business. The more we focus on solutions, the more present we are, because the only time we can make a decision or a choice for our business is right now. The better decisions, the better choices we'll make. So what are some ways that we can be more present and have more presence of mind? Number one, we can practice yoga or meditation or some other focusing technique or strategy. Number two, we can listen with full focus and attention. How often do we find ourselves in meetings or in conversations with people and our mind is wandering? We're 10 steps ahead, or we're thinking about what we want to say to respond to them, or what we want to say next or we're thinking about the next task we have to do instead of taking a deep breath, actually looking the person in the eye and paying 100% attention to what they're trying to communicate to us. If we would do that just 10% more a day, we would get incredibly better results. Number three, take breaks and take care of yourself. Remember to make self-care a priority. Number four, keep an eye on details and on the details of whatever is at hand. So often, I would find that when I make a mistake or I assume something, it's because I'm not paying attention to the details of the situation and I'm actually missing a pretty big component or big detail. Luckily, the older I get, the less often I do that. Number five, make lists of actionable tasks and prioritize them. It's amazing to me how many folks I work with that have a huge to-do list, but they've never thought about what's important, what's urgent, what's necessary, what they could delegate, what they could automate. And that's one of the fastest, easiest ways to make a huge impact on your business, your life, and on other people's productivity is teaching them to set goals and teaching them how to break those goals down into actionable items and then prioritize those items. Obviously, an engineer and project manager here, so goal setting, prioritizing, creating Gantt charts and all those crazy things are things I personally love to do. They don't come naturally for most people, so if you can help coach them to do that and be more present with the task at hand that they're working on, everything becomes a lot more efficient. Stay in touch with your inner self. I don't say inner child, but your inner self. What's important to you? What's in alignment with you? Your strengths, what you love to do? Focus on those things. Do more of those and do less of the things that you maybe don't like to do or you're maybe not awesome at. Number seven, do one job at a time. And I will argue with this one. I think there's tasks that we need to be focused on and can only do one thing at a time. And there's other things that we can delegate, outsource, and actually don't require our full attention. I can think of lots of things that I've had to multitask on in order to get them done and in order for my family to survive, right? My kids wouldn't survive if I didn't have the ability to multitask, or they would not have survived. They're grown up now. So again, do one job at a time and you define and do what works for you. Number eight, make friends with strangers. We're always looking for new people that we can form connections with and form alliances and partnerships with to grow and build and supersize our business. Learn from other people, I would add, and model other people that are doing what you want to do. Number nine, get enough rest. Well, definitely guilty of not getting enough rest on occasion, but I'm getting better at that as I get older too. I find that, you know what, it's nice to get 7 hours sleep a night instead of 4. And then number 10, keep your emotions and stress in check. And again, that's another one that's easier said than done, but we want to practice emotional intelligence. We want to set a good example for other people. We want to be present and communicating and actually demonstrating the behaviors we expect in other people, especially as we're building and growing and supersizing our business. So we want to observe, we want to concentrate, and we want to focus. Those 3 things help us to remain present. And I am one of those people that is constantly and vigilantly having to remind myself to stay in the present moment. I think we all are. There's so many things vying for our attention. It's almost impossible to not get distracted unless we're purposefully being present and reminding ourselves to be in the present moment. All right, love to know your take on this. How good are you? What's your favorite strategy for being present and staying, having presence of mind? Share that in the comments below, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.